Data Object Manager. It's something Rob has addressed this morning already. You deal with objects and they might come in at any time. The order is not guaranteed. The order, I mean between object types. Within object types, the order is guaranteed, but not across. So a student person might arrive later and needs enrollment. So you might get the enrollment first. The enrollment has a student ID and a school ID, ref ID to be correct. A daily attendance is another object with exactly the same problem line. What are you going to do then? Or do you have to do anything? Or is that just fine? Here is a scenario described what I just said. I receive one enrollment, but I don't have the parents for it. I call them now parent objects in that case. Things you can do. And none of the frameworks we have touched on in here do that for you. Your problem. Sorry, you have to solve the problem. Rob's, I will mention that, does solve the problem for you. You've seen it this morning. You will automatically send a request to get the parent object. But within those lower level frameworks, there's nothing there yet anyway that does it for you. You will have to do, and that's what the object manager is called, to deal with that. Now, ways you can deal with that situation. Some are easier than others, and some you might have available to you, others you don't. The easiest case is your database doesn't really have foreign key constraints and all this, so you can dump the object in there. Don't bother. Whenever the parent object arrives, I will put that into the database and it's all happy. That's nice and easy. I've not come across many situations that you can do that. Because, you know, with foreign key constraints, always something there that prevents you doing this. You just speak the dummy on the database there. But if you can design your database from scratch, and you know it's still easy, keep that in mind. You might want to do that. I don't say you have to or should, but you might want. The second option, and you see the Triborium has actually used that on the central school side, that's the subscriber side of the things, has used that option because we could design it that way, so we had some freedom what we do and how we write the agent is. Every time we receive an enrollment, because it has a student ref ID there and the school ref ID, we create a dummy object in the student at the school table with that ref ID and leave it there, and whenever the parent object then comes in at a later stage, we fill out the rest. We had that liberty and that luxury. Again, it's not always the case. So it's good because we designed the database, we made sure that we have that luxury. Made it easy for us. The other thing is really the problem which we have described this morning. Your database you can't put it in there, you cannot create dummies, don't want to create dummies. Therefore, what are you going to do with the object? It's there, but I have not the parents, so that means you kind of have to write some code that really deals with it. Potential solution here, again, I'm sure that's the only solution. How you do that, the frameworks don't give you any help here. This session is really right. Think about those things, right? And how you're going to solve it, tough luck. A little bit on that case, right? You have to think about it at the moment. So for example, a solution, and that's pretty much what Rob does out of the box, but you will have to code something on that line is, right? You cache the object, incomplete object in one way or the other. If you don't do a staging database, keep it in a cache, whatever, up to you. And start requesting the related objects. Once you get them, store the parent object, store the initial object and remove it from the cache. One solution. There's a bit of coding behind it, so you might want to abstract that nicely in something called Data Object Manager, whatever you're going to call it, it's up to you. But I would put that into a fairly self-contained little utility class that manages that things for you, so you don't pollute your agent with lots of patient code and all this. Make a little utility. Similar to what you will see what I've done with the web services. So your agent still looks very clean, has very little code. It should never hold a lot of code. Everything of those things should be pushed down to subcomponents or business logic, whatever. Yes, that's what I just said. tough luck for you guys when you use one of these ADKs or frameworks. Good on you. Well done. If you use his framework, that works for you because he got that functionality built in. That's really, that is actually a very, very big piece of functionality you might get there. It's, for some people, it might just worth for that. Actually, really seriously look into that agent.